That's right. The Switch 2 floodgates are totally open, bro. Check this out from Nintendo Land. Make sure to go. Where's his name? Okay, Nintendo Land. Make sure you go check him out, bro. Yo, the Switch 2 leaks are getting so crazy. Like, it is. I'm not capping here. I've never seen it this bad for a company, bro. They are just like, third-party companies are just coming out and saying, yeah, this is how it is. This is what it looks like. Let me show you this mock-up video. Let me show you this leak. Let me show you this accessory I made for it. And Nintendo hasn't said anything. It's just so crazy, bro. Let's check this out.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we just hit Switch 2 leak pandemonium. I mean, for the last couple months we've been getting tons of leaks and stuff, but these last couple of weeks have been insane. And today alone, I have seriously not seen it as bad. We got everything leaked, and I just feel like every single day it gets crazier and crazier.
Bro, at this point, like, I don't know what Nintendo's thinking, bro. Why don't just announce it? I mean, I guess they're just like, we have a plan, we're gonna stick with it. No matter what happens, even if the whole thing gets leaked, it's so crazy.
So let me tell you what's going on right now and what made me actually have to get up and make a video on this. So CES happened today, which is the Consumer Electronics Show, where different companies will show off their electronics or what they have for their gadgets and stuff. And we knew that Genki was going to be there. I don't know if it's Genki or Jinki. We're just going to call it Genki, which is this accessory company. And they actually tweeted out the other day that they would be there at a panel and that they'd be showing off some of their accessories and including their Switch 2 accessories and answering any questions about Switch 2, which we thought, like, you know, they're bluffing. There's no actual way.
Third-party companies just don't care that Nintendo hasn't released it, hasn't announced it yet. They're just like, we're just gonna talk about it so we can promote our stuff. You may not be promoting your stuff, but we're promoting ours.
Well, today we actually got pictures of their expo and their floor and what they showed off. So here in front of you, we have exactly what they had in their booth. Now, there's not a whole bunch of pictures. It's just these two pictures we have at the moment. But these seem to be 3D printed models of exactly what the Switch 2 is going to look like. And we can see all their accessories that they're planning for the thing. We can see actually what the Switch 2 screen is going to look like with the Joy-Con attached to it, which looks like all the leaks have been suggesting. We can actually see the Joy-Con, which seem to have this really cool orange and blue color scheme to it with the all black, which is actually a really pretty looking Joy-Con, let me tell you. It looks more professional. I can't explain it, but it looks definitely next gen, more clean cut.
Also looks like they got some bigger buttons going on. Bigger, softer buttons. I don't know, like, might sound kind of weird, but like the Joy-Cons we have right now are so tiny and soft or hard, and I'm like, it kind of hurts my fingers after a while. I'm not gonna lie with you. So we want bigger, softer, bro.
Than the current Nintendo Switch, and you can see the Joy-Con holder stand charging dock thing that they got going on. But yeah, they just kind of just showing these things off in the wild, which is just crazy to me. Now, these obviously might just straight up be 3D renders, although the Joy-Con look extremely realistic. I mean, these look like legitimate Joy-Con, if you ask me. I think that they're the actual Joy-Con. It's hard to tell. They might just be 3D prints too, but you can tell the Switch itself is a 3D print. You can see the screen. But yeah, this is
it looks too good to be true, honestly. Like, it looks a little too slick for Nintendo. Like, these buttons, I don't know, bro. It's probably just me.
Legitimately insane to me. Now, I believe this is the same company that also had a booklet showcasing lots of the controllers.
Yeah, so, like, they kind of look more like just their controllers that they've made, not so much of what the Joy-Cons will actually look like. Like, that might be, like, their version of, like, the color scheme. Like, it's the same design and everything, but, like, just, like, their color scheme. That just might be their choice. I don't know.
And stuff like they're making, you know, third-party controllers for the console and different types of Joy-Con, obviously all third-party. But of course, this doesn't really give us a whole lot to go off of, but it's still very interesting that we're literally looking at pro controller, third-party controllers for Nintendo Switch 2.
That's insane.
Very strange, very weird. Some of these look goofy. Maybe they're just placeholder images, or maybe they're actually going to look like this. It's hard to say. But either way, it's just, once again, insane to me that we're just looking at stuff like this, and the console's not even announced yet. That is just one thing that's happened today. Amazon has been a madhouse. Out of nowhere, tons of different companies post their accessories on Amazon showing off.
I've seen this. I've seen the Is that an added grip? I believe that's not part of the Switch 2. I'm assuming the Switch 2 controller is just gonna be flat. So if you ever want to play with it sideways, there's like a huge bump getting in the way of your hands. But this might be just like a grip that you can buy that add on to it, so it's easier to hold. And don't hurt my hands, bro. Come on, my hands.
Of screen protectors, more cases for the Switch, charging dock stations. It's just insane. It's coming out of multiple different companies. I mean, I'm talking like 20, 30 different companies now have come out and showed off some type of accessories for this thing. Laura Kate Dell, a well-known gaming journalist and insider, received this picture from one of her super reliable sources showing off the back of what seems to be the Switch 2 dock, which once again matches with pictures that we've seen from other sources. From this picture, we can gather that the actual Switch 2 will ship with a 60-watt.
Excuse me? Skip.
Charger, which is significantly bigger and more power compared to the original Nintendo Switch. To give you a quick comparison so we can see how much powerful this might mean that the Switch actually is, or the Switch 2 in this case, where this is 60 watts, the Switch 1 was 39 watts for its charger bank. And we know from Xbox Series S, it uses a 75 watt for max power. So
I mean,
it's pretty good power for Switch 2. I can't lie. That shows.
Yeah, for Nintendo, that's pretty close. I mean, Nintendo's always focused on the less power, more like uniqueness of the console, and while other companies are focused like on the power. That's impressive for Nintendo.
That maybe Switch 2 is indeed going to be a lot more powerful than people think it is. And the leaks continue. The other day, we actually saw what looks to be the very first picture ever of the actual Joy-Con.
This is legit right here. This is like not 3D printed, not rendered, whatever. I did a video on this. This is legit. This is like the Joy-Con. Or at least that's what everyone's thinking. Take a look at this. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. That's so crazy.
A really good idea, but thankfully there's been even more leaks telling us that these optical sensors could be some type of augmented reality thing. Some patents were discovered where it actually shows somebody.
This is such a Nintendo thing to do. Try to go unique with a niche, bro, right here. This is so Nintendo.
Wearing some type of VR headset almost. Now, we heard that Nintendo did state in the past that they were interested in maybe doing something with VR eventually. This is pretty insane, and maybe the Joy-Con have something to do with that in the future. As far as the augmented reality goes, it shows some pretty cool things here. Almost like virtual characters on a desk that might appear. It also shows you using the Joy-Con and picking up virtual objects and moving them.
Could you imagine like a Pokemon Go VR, bro? Everyone's walking outside with their VR set, like with a Switch Joy-Con. They're just like Let's Go Pikachu, just like catching Pokemon. That'd be so funny. I'd totally do that.
Around the desk, which could mean we very well could get some type of advanced. Remember the AR cards we used to have, and the characters would pop out on the table. Maybe something like that, but to a high degree, where you're able to play video games in your home, on the counters, on the sofa.
Play video games in your home. No, I get what you're saying.
The floor. That could be pretty insane, like mixed reality almost. So yeah, that's the general gist. It's insane. That is all today. And I'm not even talking about the stuff that was mentioned before. There's stuff I even left out of this video because there's just so much to talk about. But real quick, I did want to talk about what this means. And I've said this before over and over again, and I'm gonna say it again. This isn't good. This is bad. And I know people are going to say Nintendo doesn't care or whatever. It's fine. We already know what the Switch 2 is going to be like. It's not hurting them. I mean, seriously, this is telling me that something must have went wrong. There was a time where this was going to be revealed, and there actually were some type of internal delays. I know people tease and say, oh, you guys just say that every time something doesn't happen. Clearly, there had to be some type of internal delay or something for these companies to be doing this. And I've even heard there's some sources out there.
Maybe they found something totally wrong with the Switch 2, and they had to quickly change it, and they had to just delay it a couple months. I don't know. I mean, or they had to but that then you'd have to recall stuff. But maybe they just wanted to get more. They feel like maybe they didn't make enough, so they want to just make more. I don't know.
Stating that accessory companies are upset with Nintendo. There's so many video topics, but if I ramble on all that, it would go on forever. But clearly something's going on here. And it just blows my mind why Nintendo won't reveal this thing.
Yeah.
We actually kind of thought that there could be something this week. I still believe it almost has to be this month with all this stuff out there in the wild. I still believe it's going to be this month. I'm not making bets because Nintendo's crazy and weird and who knows what's going to happen. Yeah. But I was even...
All we know is that it's before the end of the physical year, which is March. End of March. That's all we know.
Kind of on the page of it being this week at first, until PRO finally speaks out, and so does Samus Hunter, confirming that the only thing that we're probably going to get this week is Xenoblade Chronicles, a new Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition trailer, which genuinely doesn't even make sense. Like,
yeah, like wouldn't you want to wait for like a Nintendo Direct for that? And are they just gonna? I guess not necessarily. I guess they could just announce it, just release the trailer on their social medias. They've done that before, but Nintendo's just so. Like, you never know what to expect.
You got all this stuff leaking, and you show another trailer to Xenoblade when that game doesn't even come out until March, like, 20th.
Hey, they just have a plan, I guess. They just like, hey, we want to release it this date. That's just what lines up everything for us. That's when we're going to do it. I think that's what Nintendo's thinking, I guess.
Normally they show overview trailers like a month until the game comes out. Why are we getting a trailer for Xenoblade Chronicles on March 20th, you know, here on January 8th or January 9th? It genuinely just doesn't make sense to me. And it's almost like Nintendo's actively avoiding talking about this console.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, and I'm being
That's
honest,
weird.
it's kind of scary. Something else I've seen people talk about is the fact that we're getting all these hardware leaks, but how come we're not getting a single software leak? Nothing with the UI, nothing with the menus, nothing with the games. Are there going to be games? Like, I don't know, but this is the thing that also irks me is I feel like now there's more pressure on Nintendo to have this initial reveal hit harder than ever because they can't just show off the console. I don't want to see a, 3-4 minute trailer of them just walking around with this Switch 2 because it looks just to be a more powerful Switch 2. I want to see games. And I feel like now they got to kind of have a big presentation off the wrap. Like, I can't see it being a 2 to 3 minute trailer and then we got to wait a couple of months to see a big presentation. They need to have a big presentation like now, in my opinion. That's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah,
just show off all the games, show off everything about the console, get us hyped right now, and then just give us a release date for when the console's going to come out. But I don't know. Right now, seriously, like Nintendo, please, if anyone at Nintendo is listening.
Yeah, they definitely got to do it. Make sure you go check out Nintendo Land. But what do you guys think? It has to happen soon. I am so certain that's going to happen soon. But, like, you never know. You never know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below and help us reach our goal of 100,000 subscribers. We're getting there. We're getting there. Oh, could you imagine the third-party companies, bro, talking about it for Nintendo? Crazy.